Hi everybody, welcome to Whiskey Gulch. Kenny Hall. I was recently reminded by a friend of something that he and I are capable of that kind of sets us apart a little bit from other nappers. And I'm kind of surprised because I've shown it in my videos and I don't see any of it really happening anywhere else. Anyways, what that is, and I'm going to set the camera still so that I can show you, is and that is removing the entire platform so that this is as sharp as you can possibly get these. And you know, you can see my platform is pretty thin. This, it does not require a round platform, but the round platform definitely is helpful. You can do it with a reverse platform as well. If you can see, I have a little bit of scratches in here still, and the round platform is pretty good for getting past those scratches. Not always, it's not 100% guarantee, but it's definitely helpful. And so, and this is also possible on like heat treated agates and things like that. It's possible. I think what I see a lot of people do is they have a thick platform, which is actually easier for removing flakes. This is probably the hardest flake over grind that you can do, as far as I know, as far as, you know, experimenting with the other ones. This seems to be the hardest. Anyways, I'm going to flake a little bit more of it and see if I can do that all the way around the blade. So now what I'm talking about I'm only talking about flake over grind. I'm not talking about, you know, traditional napping. I have he used to be my father-in-law. He napped with antler. Like, he got as traditional as he possibly could. The only thing that he did not do, or that he did that was not traditional for flint napping, is he drove his vehicle to the pit and dug up rock with with steel modern tools. But otherwise he's hammerstone. He would use a rock and an antler billet and an antler flaker. So far so good. I want to get, like, if you can see that there's no platform left. And here up at the tip you can see that I've still got a little bit of surface to take off of there. But yeah, so anyways, I'm only talking about flake over grind. And I'm not talking about flake over slab or any other method. I'm talking about a three-dimensional grind. Alright, that's a quarter of it. 3/4 now. I already did one side. Anyways, my friend is Grady. If you know Grady, you know, there's a, like, I would recommend Grady all day long. If you want a sharp knife, get it from Grady. Get it from me. if you don't care if it's sharp or how it looks. And the other part that I'm referring to that sets us apart is the parallel flaking and the sharp edge, right? It's that combination. So you can get the sharp edge or you can get parallel flaking, but it's difficult to do both at the same time. And like I said, as far as I know, um, he and I are the only ones doing it. And I'm just going to say it right now in this video. Normally what you see me do when I make the blade is I use the shearing tool down here, and I shear off the serrations at the end. And you know, I've had the opportunity to have some other people's knives in my hand recently. A client wanted me to make some stands for him. I'm not going to say who those people are, but the blades on the knives he sent back, other than mine, were not sharp at all. Two of them had, well, three of them, I guess. Three of them were obviously slab napped, which is the easiest form as far as I'm concerned. It's easy and it's fast. And you can make nice wide flakes that go all the way across or out to the middle or whatever. But his edge, if you see how fine my edge is, and the flaking, his were, so the blade was still 1/4 of an inch thick, and then the last probably 1/4 inch of the edge, he just chipped it off. And this is like, he does all his knives this way. I've never seen him do anything else, but it's, you know, like it was like that. And so I call that a football edge. And I don't, you know, the guy makes a lot of sales. Kudos to him. He puts out a lot of product. Kudos to him. He's probably made twice as many knives as I have, which is awesome. But if you want a sharp knife, you know, I would recommend me or Grady Bowen. I know that Ben Fry also puts out a really sharp knife. I do want to say also there was another knife that was in the batch that he sent me to make stands for. It was not parallel flaking. It looked like it was slab napped, but the napper went, and he continued and he continued and he continued until the edge was super thin. So you didn't get the parallel flaking. It was very, you know, kind of rustic in that way, like traditional looking. The face of the blade was very traditional looking, but the edges were super sharp, like what I'm doing here. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try to move it a little bit. Just try to get that where you can see both. Like you can see that thick edge. That's my platform. And it's round. I don't know if you can see it, but it's rounded. Parallel flaking, right? One, like they just line up right after the other. Like they just look like dimes stacked on top of each other. And no platform, so like you can see it's indented from the platform to the edge. And really, I'm only showing this as an informational video. Um, People map different ways, and they're satisfied with what they do. If you want to do something different, you know, my educational YouTube videos explain, as far as I'm concerned, they explain everything to do with fog mapping. And you know, maybe not everything. I mean, there's times when flakes go short, and I have to pick them up and make up for it. I don't know if you can see. There's a lot of scratches on this side, up in this area. The bevel platform that I use on occasion when I'm trying to preserve the width does not allow for the flakes to travel past those scratches. So that's a really touchy platform. It's a really touchy way to nap. It's inconsistent with really smooth parallel flaking. It's happened, and I would say I just got lucky that day, or on those blades where it happens. Also, it leaves platform that has to be taken off, either picked off or sheared off. I know Grady will pick off his, if there is any remaining platform, and occasionally there is, he will pick his off. And you know, and I'm gonna follow Grady on this one as far as picking them off. And so I just want to start putting out sharp knives. And I will just tell you, if you buy one, be careful. They're sharp, they're fragile. Don't go through with it. I don't even like handling them when they're as sharp as this. So here's one that you know, I'm putting together, and if the blade is tight in the handle before I glue it, and I have to pull it out, like, it's risky. I could cut myself, so I don't like it. This is a gold sheen mahogany, not your traditional gold sheen that is more common than this. This is, it's like it's from one of the old mahogany pits. And it's really clean. It's really clean glass. There's one little inclusion and some tiny little ones in there that they don't really matter much. It's not grainy. It's very glassy. But it also has gold sheen, and you're not going to be able to pick it up with the light that I've got. So I haven't seen any of this for years. I thought it was gone. Also with the, I guess with any platform, but more specifically with the round platform, is being careful to take a super short flakes at the tip, so that you don't break out the other side of the blade. One more and we'll be done. Oh, I'm sure somebody else is going to make a video about this claiming that they taught me, but this is actually, so there, I knocked out the other side just a little bit, but I'll fix it. I actually learned this when I was working for Dale Doobie, making blades for him, grinding his blanks. Him and Emery they had two different platforms that they used. Dale was using this one. I just kind of watched them, you know, what the results that they were getting, and I experimented. That's one of the things that I like to tell people. Don't be afraid to try something different. If you have an intuitive idea, by all means, try it. And pay attention to the results you're getting with everything that you do. So I gotta pick off that tip just a little bit to even that up. Show you this. If the camera will pick it up. It's that close, and it's pretty small. This way, as you can see from here to that last, I don't know, that's about half an inch, 5/8 of an inch. See how it's thick? Because I had to go back and pick that off. I don't always have to do that, but sometimes. Anyways, that's enough out of me for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that it helps you, and enjoy. Rock on.